Central Park, I think we can all agree that this has been a very interesting start to the school year. Many of us can't be in school. A storm had knocked out power and canceled school for 2 days, and everything else that's going on in the world. Well, you know what I say? I say now is a perfect time for some good news. Hey Central Park, here's some good news. Our Central Park family is growing. 7th grade teacher Miss Walters is expecting a baby boy due November 11th. I bet Miss Walters' daughter is super excited to be a big sister. 6th grade teacher Miss O'Connor will be a mom for the first time when her baby boy arrives at the end of November. Miss Clement's 2 boys will become big brothers when her baby arrives at the beginning of December. We'll have to wait till the baby comes for that gender reveal because they're choosing to keep it a surprise. Here's more good news. Miss Dietz helped us celebrate Miss O'Connor's new baby by delivering presents to the baby shower. Here is Miss Dietz and Miss Brisbane with Miss O'Connor at the shower. Here's some good news brought to us by Mrs. Keogh.
Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Keogh, your Central Park librarian, and I'm here to give you some good news. We have started a trivia contest at Central Park. Every week I ask a question on a Monday. I choose a winner on a Friday. We've had lots of fun with it, and we have had 4 winners so far. So I would like to give a shout out to Amy Virasamy, Ala Mahmood, Sammy Gongadin, and Davy Smith, who have all won the trivia contest since we've started it. If you would like to participate, join Mrs. Keogh's Google Classroom and watch for the trivia question every Monday. Thanks everybody, have a great day.
In other good news, Miss DRC wanted to shout out the following students for being chosen Student of the Week in the month of September or October. Let's hear what Miss DRC has to say about these students. Raphael L. was chosen Student of the Week because at the beginning of the school year he didn't have a Chromebook or a tablet and was doing all his work on a phone. It was challenging, but he stuck with it. Great perseverance, Raphael. Devontae T. was chosen Student of the Week because he always asks for help and keeps trying. Way to show grit, Devontae. Ned L. earned Student of the Week because he always attends meets and completes all his work. I agree. Ned is an active contributor in art class. Way to go, Ned! Nemo C. earned Student of the Week for making huge improvements since the beginning of the year. Good job, Nemo! Last week's Student of the Week was Tony D. Tony was chosen because he always answers questions in the meet and keeps working until he gets things correct. Way to show tenacity, Tony. Good things have been happening in my art classes. Students have been learning to make media art using different apps and websites. That's good news. Hey. Cameron D. used pixel art to create this haunted house, just in time for Halloween. Sammy G. used Graffiti Maker to create her name in graffiti. Hey Sammy, that's 2 shout-outs for you in this SGN because Miss Keogh also shouted you out for winning the trivia contest. That's good news! Zoe H. sent in this time-lapse video showing how she used objects that she likes to create the letters for her name. Great job, Zoe! I challenged my 7th grade students to use pixel art to recreate famous works of art. I think they did a great job. Let's take a look at some of their work. Many students used paintings by Dutch artist Piet Mondrian, such as Broadway Boogie Woogie and Composition 2 in red, blue, and yellow as inspiration. Like this one by Sonia B, this one by Eladio B, this one by Brandon R, this one by Grace V, this one by Mark S, this one by Bella W., and this one by Kaylee B. 2 students chose Edvard Munch's The Scream for their recreation. Here is Demik T's version, and here is Anaya S.'s version of The Scream. Great job, guys! Sylvan S. chose Van Gogh's Sunflowers for his inspiration. Here is his version, and here is the original. I think he nailed it! 2 students chose another Van Gogh painting, Starry Night, for their recreation. Here is Ayana W.'s version of Van Gogh's Starry Night. Here is Muhammad E.'s version. I think they did an amazing job recreating one of Van Gogh's most famous paintings. This just in, we have a special report from Mrs. Yarwood. So here it is, Mrs. Yarwood's yard.
Hola, buenos días y bienvenidos a SGN. I would like to pause for a minute and thank all of my students who have shared their pets with me this year. Donnie, Angela, Elijah, Ailey, and many more. It has been hysterical. My 7th grade classers have been working on our Spanish number unit. And Nisei, Shania, Brandon, Azad, Andrew, Brianna, Leah, Roshna, Sophia, Jaira, Allah, Adeline, Ali, and Imposter Spencer. You guys are numero uno in my book. My 4th period class just finished our weather slide project, and Brittany, Christina, Sandesh, Jaravante, Jasmarie, Omar, and John, you literally blew me away in your show. And for my period 6 estudiantes, thank you for letting me end my teaching day on such a positive note. Manny, Alana, Romik, Michael, Essence, Sean, and Jaden, great job going that extra mile. Matthew, I'm glad we can always count on you to add something special to the class. Good luck. Keep up the good work, guys.
Central Park faculty has many new faces this year, so I've started a new segment I'm calling Any Questions so that we can get to know the new staff and faculty. Today we're hearing from Mr. Murphy, the new 7th grade counselor. Hello, welcome to SGN.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is actually my very first interview, so we'll figure it out. But that's some good news, right?
There we go. It's gonna be a team effort.
Yeah, that's right. So we're here today for a segment I'm calling Any Questions, and today we are talking with Mr. Murphy. And do you just want to introduce yourself, Mr. Murphy?
Sure. My name is Mr. Murphy. I am the 7th grade school counselor here at Central Park. It's my first year here in the middle school. Last year I was at the high school, and I am super excited to be here.
We're excited to have you.
Awesome.
So we haven't actually really met in person either. So, and for those who don't know me, my name is Mrs. Bailey. I'm an art teacher at Central Park Middle School. And I started last year doing some episodes of SGN, and I'm really excited to do them again this year. And just so you know, Miss Bailey, my preferred pronouns are she, her, hers, or Her Royal Highness also works. So do you want to introduce your
Sure, mine is him, he. Kind of want to come up with one creative like you. I haven't done this in a while, so I'll come up with one. Master.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Whenever you come up with it, you just jump in and let us know.
It's funny. My Jewish name is Yeshua, which translates to Savior. So I could do him, he, Savior.
There you go. I like it.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions for you today, and then I also have some questions that students have asked. So I guess the first thing is I've been talking to my 7th grade students and to generate some questions from them, and they all seem to know who you are, so that's good.
So that's a good thing. Yeah.
That is a good thing. So that brings me to my first question is, how are you getting to know students this year when we're doing this virtually?
That's a good question. So we kind of just have to get creative with it, as you know, being virtual, we can't just see the kids in person. So I've tried to do a few things. When I transitioned over to the position, first thing I did was created a Google Classroom and took over the one that Ms. Clements was using last year. And I just posted a video of myself kind of introducing who I was, what we do as a, as a seventh grade team, what the classroom will be used for, and kind of just my role in supporting them throughout the year. So the first thing I wanted to try and do was put a name to a face so they could just kind of make that association, because it's all virtual. A lot of times they might not even know what the teachers' faces or names are, so that was the first thing I did. After that, I decided every Friday I host a Google meeting from 3:15 to 4 o'clock to kind of just play get to know you games. We've had some really good turnouts with that. We've done like 20 questions, 2 truths and a lie. What did we do the first week? It's an open invite. Any seventh grader who wants to join can, and it's just kind of a good way to build community, get to know each other. Just do something on the Google Meet that isn't about schoolwork. And so each week we have about between 20 and 25 kids jump on, and that's been super fun. And hopefully we try and get those numbers to grow. I always ask the kids what games they want to play, and there's kind of a poll each week, and whatever the most frequently asked one is, we do. So that's kind of been the big thing. And then after that, I've done push-ins with all the science classes once or twice, just to do some get to know you games, explain what the school counselor role is, and kind of what we'll do in those push-ins, community circle style, throughout the year. So that's kind of been how I've tried to put my name and face out there for the seventh grade team.
Great. Well, it seems to be working because the kids have really positive things to say about you. So that's good news, right?
Awesome. That is some very good news.
If kids want to join your Friday, 3:15 group, how do they do that?
So I post a link on my Google Classroom wall every Friday. So in the morning, I post that we're going to do it at 3:15. Link to follow, and then at the end of the day I post that link so they can join on that spot. And kids are usually pretty good with the classroom. I post each day with a would you rather question, or another one. Like, for example, this morning I posted, would you rather have a job you love and be and have a little bit of money, or have a job you hate and be super rich? And so sometimes I just try and do that to engage. Another one, I asked who would win in a fight, Dumbledore or Yoda, and that got like a 50 comment response. So usually they know to check in each day just to know what letter day it is and to answer a fun morning question. So usually in the Friday mornings, I'll let them know we're going to have the meeting. And then at the end of the day at 3:15, I post a link, and that's how they join.
Great. So hopefully we'll get you some more students joining your group.
I hope so. The more the better.
All right, so I'm going to just jump in with some of the questions that some of the seventh graders wanted me to ask you. So the first one, Ernesto wants to know, how many kids do you have?
Like in seventh grade or in personal
I think
life?
he probably means like your own children.
Oh, I've got 0, but I do have a dog who is less than 1 year old, and he feels like a child.
What's his name?
Herbie.
Nice.
Yeah, we adopted him last March.
Yeah.
And he has been a mixed bag of sunshine and being a pain.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yep.
So Azad, you've already touched on this a little bit, but Azad wants to know where else you have worked.
Awesome question. So before Central Park, I worked in the high school. I worked with seniors who are at risk for not graduating. The program was called Intensive Case Management. And we worked with seniors to help them build the credits they need, kind of help build life skills, social, emotional regulation stuff. Many of the lessons we're going to do this year as a seventh grade team. And the role of that was to help seniors graduate who needed some extra help. Before that, I worked as the homeless liaison for the district. And so any student who was either evicted or doubled up with family has rights under the McKinney-Vento law to access their school, get school supplies, get support. So I worked at the district level at that role to help families who are struggling with some homelessness to stay in school and get what they need. So that's my 3 roles I've had in the district in 3 years. Before that, I worked as a life coach out in Puerto Rico, in Rincon, working with at-risk teenagers, helping build life skills, kind of similar to the role I did the high school last year. And before that, I worked in special education in Milford, New York, which is right near Oneonta and Cooperstown, which is a very small town from where I'm born and raised. So that's kind of what I've done.
Great. What made you decide you wanted to become a school counselor?
That's a great question. My mother is an academic advisor at SUNY Oneonta, and I grew up watching how much she loved the work, how much she loved helping people, and I felt like I kind of had some of that growing up. You know, I remember really loving the support I got from my counselor people in middle school, high school, college, and you know, I've played soccer my entire life, and I've always loved working in a team. And I always felt like being a school counselor was a really great way to work as a team with people and kind of you know, help students be the best versions of themselves as they can be. So, you know, it kind of just naturally happened. I studied psychology in college. I really liked learning about the human brain and mind, and wanted to use that to, you know, in a school setting. So school counseling was kind of the natural conclusion to all that. So that's how that came about.
Nice. So Dylan wants to know if there's going to be a class picture this year, and how will it be taken if there is? And that might not be your area of expertise, but that's what he wanted to know.
That's an awesome question. So I don't know for sure. What I can see us doing maybe is making a collage, like a 7th grade team collage where each person maybe takes a selfie and sends it, and we can stitch it together somehow and kind of make like a 7th grade banner. I totally just made that up on the spot right here. So you guys are hearing it first. But if we can make that happen as like a class picture, I think that would be really cool. So we'll see. More to come on that.
Wow, some breaking news. That's good news. Yeah. So Nabiha wants to know if you got her email.
Well, give me 2 seconds. I can let you know.
You can probably let her know. She says it's about technology, which I bet you're getting a lot of questions about technology this year.
Oh, more than.
Is she recording and then gonna please it?
Yeah, she's recording right now. Yeah. Miss Padua with me right now, so if you want to come say hi.
Yes, come on, do a photo bomb, Miss Padua.
Hey, everybody. I know they're not on here now, but whenever you get on here, Sean's all right. I mean, Mr. Murphy's all right.
I'm okay. I learned from you, so.
Oh, yeah. This did say for a while that I'm cooler than Mr. Murphy, but he deleted it or erased it.
I erased it right before I jumped onto this meeting.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
That's not good news.
It's good news for me.
Yeah, right?
Good news. Miss Padua is cooler than Mr. Murphy.
Let's see what my 7th grade team has to say about that.
We might have ignited a war here, but we'll see.
Let it begin. But I can get back to the Heba for sure.
Okay. Jaira would like to know how old you are. You are under no obligation to answer that. And what's your favorite music?
Oh, both good questions. I'm 28. She can know. And my favorite music, I really like. Well, let me start off with what I don't like. I don't like country music. And I'm not a big fan of pop music. I kind of have an old person taste, so I really like older bands. Well, I mean, they're not old to me, but like Green Day, Weezer, Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know, lots of Led Zeppelin, Grateful Dead. You know, I have a hippie taste in music. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, last question. Angel wants to know if you have any tattoos, and if you do they have any special meaning?
Yes, I have a lot. Hence why I'm always dressed as though winter is coming. I have a full sleeve on my left side. I've got a pretty big piece on my back, and a sizable one on my leg, and one on my foot, which is funny. It's just like a shaka, which is that one doesn't have any meaning, but the rest of them have some pretty significant meanings, just, you know, in terms of things that have happened in my life, things with family. You know, I think tattoos are an awesome way to memorialize important transformations in life. And here's what I'll say for anybody who is suggesting or thinking they want one, because I know younger kids want to get them all the time. My rule for tattoos is if you think you want one, wait a year. If you still want it after a year, once you're of age, go right ahead. A lot of people want tattoos all the time, and then a week goes by and they're like, no, I want something else. So wait a year, because once it's on there, it ain't going away.
That's good
But
advice.
yes, I do have quite a few, and more to come, hopefully.
Okay.
Yes.
You heard it here first, Central Park.
That's right. I'll share when they come around.
Okay.
Yep.
So before we end, is there anything else you would like to tell us about yourself or about you?
Good question. Yeah, I mean, as far as the 7th grade team knows, I want them all to be aware that I'm available to them all the time during the school day if they need any help with anything. With school being virtual, I know it can be a lot of difficulty figuring out how best to make school work. And there could be a lot of stress about doing school online, being at home, being stuck in the house with family members. It can be a lot. And this year is totally new, and we're all kind of figuring it out together. So if you ever feel as though you just need a space to talk, process how you feel, go through some emotions, you can always reach out to Mr. Murphy or any other of the teachers. And that's my plug. For sure.
Okay.
So I'm here for you guys all the time if you need.
Okay, great. So I'd like to end today with my top hat of random questions. So if you don't mind, I have some random questions in the top hat. Do you mind if I just pull one out and ask you?
Please.
All right, let's see. We'll reach in. Okay, your random question from the top hat is, what is the Twitter bird's official name?
Oh, boy. I don't have Twitter, so that's a tough one. Tweety?
It is, I could see why you would call it Tweety. I think that name is probably copyrighted by, who is it? Looney Tunes, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're hearing it here first, ladies and gentlemen, that the Twitter bird's official name is Larry.
Wow, Larry.
I know.
Larry the Twitter bird. Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, you do learn something new every day.
So could I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay, so part of the 7th grade classroom community, as I've told you, is debating questions that I post on the classroom each day. The most hotly debated topic that I've ever had is the question, does pineapple belong on pizza? And I want to know what your thought is. It's split about 50-50 for the 7th grade team, so I wanted to know what your thoughts were.
So I have to say, in college, I had a lot of roommates from Hawaii, or I knew a lot of my roommate had a lot of friends from Hawaii.
Right.
So, I have to say that maybe influences me a little, but I do have to say that I don't think that pineapple belongs on pizza.
Yeah, you would fit in with the masses then.
Yeah, I
love it. I personally love it. It's an odd thing, but it's close to my heart.
Yeah. Well, we all have our likes and dislikes, right?
That's right. So the consensus is it will forever be an unsettled topic.
I agree. Yep.
All
right. Well, thank you, Mr. Murphy, for coming on to SGN, and it was great to get to know you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was a blast. I really enjoyed it.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
We're going to end today's episode with some September and October birthday shout-outs. And that's good news. Celebrating birthdays in the month of September were 7th grade Jabari T, who turned 14 on the 8th, 7th grader Shane A, who turned 12 on the 9th, 7th grader Michelle D, who turned 13 on the 12th, 6th grader Jasmine L, who turned 11 on the 19th, 7th grader Tatiana B, who turned 13 on the 24th, 7th grader Rafiq W, who turned 12 on the 25th, 8th grader Jada Bosley turned 14 on the 26th, 6th grader Chris B turned 11 on the 27th, and finally, in the month of September, 8th grader Revan A turned 15 on the 30th. Our October birthdays were 8th grader Zoe H, who turned 13 on the 2nd, 7th grader Jalea P turned 12, and 8th grader BBM both turned 13 on the 16th. 8th grader Christina B. turned 13 on the 20th, and 7th grader Evan B. turned 12 on the 25th. If you have a birthday in the month of November and would like an SGN shout out, please contact me or your school level counselor. Be sure to include your name, your grade, the date of your birthday, and how old you're turning. Happy birthday, everybody! Be sure to let me know if you have good news that you would like to share, and I will put it on our next episode of SGN. Because as I always say, it's always a good time for some good news.